April sports betting recap. Guys, we are going to recap what happened in the month of April, why I am very disappointed with how the month went, but also why I am very happy with how the month went because of a lot of the things I learned. So let's waste no time. Let's dive right into it. Here we are pulling up the Pickett. Here's why I'm disappointed with April, guys. $31.30 of profit. That is, needless to say, not a very exciting month, especially when you compare it to our prior month of March, where we made $480.57. So what was the step back? Why are we disappointed? Let's dive into it. Let's break down a little bit more. So we can see, obviously, I made $31.30. That's just over a unit. I used a $25 unit size this month compared to a $10 unit size last month, which also, imagine if I had a $25 unit size in March. It would have been an incredible month there, but that's obviously not the case. So let's kind of talk about what happened, what went well, what didn't go well. To do that, we'll take a look at this tab here where we can actually see how our month went. We started up and then hit close to rock bottom. Guys, April 12th, I was down $625.92, which is why I am happy with how this month ended, because it was looking like I was going to lose over $1,000 in the month of April. And while, I was practicing bankroll management and everything, that hurt. Like, I will be straight up honest about that. That did not have an effect on me. But I decided, instead of what I did in the past, where I would either change up my strategy, try to double down to make the money back, and play very risky games, I decided to stick with the strategy, stick with the edge. And what gave me the confidence there was the entire month, DFS had treated me very well. So we can actually go here and we'll take a look at my DFS tag. DFS treated me well. Not sure why this isn't loading here. Here we go. We could see that on the month, through April 12th, I was still down, but in the beginning of the month, I was up with DFS. So I knew from what I did the prior month, which again, in March, made $589 off of it, and then started out the month making profit. I knew that this downswing was a bit of variance, and I was going through my slips. On one day, I had 10 slips that went 2 out of 3. You get a couple more of those, you're profitable on the day, profitable on the month. It would have been very easy, instead of being down $500, to be up $500 because of the variance. Now, what I knew that I was not doing well at, and we can take a look here at my sports books, I wasn't doing well on Kalshi, right? Kalshi, I was trying to do some positive EV bets. I was trying to do some live betting, all strategies that I want to figure out for the long term, but I shouldn't have done my typical unit size over on Kalshi. I shouldn't have done $25 a bet there. I was trying to learn a strategy, and instead of doing $1 to $2 to get the process down, I used my regular unit size thinking I could bypass the learning curve, and that's what really cost me. So I ended up right around the 12th or 13th stopping Kalshi, just going on with my DFS strategy, and all of a sudden we started to climb back up, got out of the hole, made $11 of profit, felt good on April 19th that I had gotten out of that hole, and then we start going down again, back down to $438, and then we went on a very good run. We can see last week, I don't think that's accurate for last week, April 20th through April 26th, I don't know where this date is going, but we ended up climbing back up, and I guess we could probably go back to the calendar a little bit more to see this in a better setting. Ended with a really, 24th through 27th, very good 4-day stretch. 28th went back down slightly. 29th and 30th climbed out of that hole. We ended the month profitable. So what I was pleased about, again, is going to be what we did in DFS. And I'm sorry, I'm not the greatest at navigating the Pickett here, but we need to get the DFS tag back up, that's why. Going up $386.51 in the month is good. And in unit size, that would be 15.5 units, which, a positive month is good. If I only did DFS, I would have been pretty pleased with it, especially with the variance that I hit. Now, what are we going to do in May? We're moving on, and I'm sticking to DFS. If I do want to test out anything on Kalshi, it will be with $1, $2, $5 max until I can really get a system down. But for now, I want to attack DFS apps and my Playvo account. So that's what we're going to do in the rest of this video today. That's just a recap of what happened in April, why I was disappointed, obviously. Should have, got very bad at one point, almost down $700 as we saw with the total, this everything DFS Kalshi, a little bit on Bovada too. I was trying out some things that did not go in my favor as well that I lost money with. If I only did DFS in April, I would have finished up, $386, and that would have been a pretty solid month. So this month we're looking to just attack DFS. We'll use our Playvo strategy, which is completely separate from this. If you guys have seen my Player Profit Playvo Challenge videos in the past, we're continuing on with that, with positive EV betting on there and using the OddsJam Sharp Money tool. So now let's take a look at Playvo, see how we're doing on this. We'll make a couple picks here and then get you guys out of here. We have started to climb back out of the hole that we were in again when they re-legalized in California. I was at about $9,300. So I was very close to my maximum drawdown. We're climbing up out of that hole, and we got to get a couple more winning days, and then we'll be in the green fully, and then we can really start to build up this account and hopefully get a good cash out here. So how I attack Playvo is we're going to start with the OddsJam Sharp Money tool. I alternate between Sharp Money and Positive EV. We're going to clear the filters. We're going to hit on DraftKings here. Let's see what is on the market. Now, all of these are right, good, profitable plays, but of course, we want to be very safe with this because we do have a max drawdown. So Positive EV Betting Sharp Money tool, you want a lot of volume because you know in the long run that math is going to play out in your favor. But when we have to be very selective and when you can't really have multiple losing days or big downswings, you have to change your strategy a little bit to, I want the minus 120 play that should really be valued at minus 150 instead of, hey, this is plus 110 and really should be plus 100. Still good positive EV. You'll still win more than you lose long term, but you're going to have bigger variance. We can take a look at this Jaylen Brown prop here. $400 worth of liquidity. That's not going to wake me up, excite me too much. But we do see minus 116 on DraftKings, minus 136, 43, 46, 36 on sharper sportsbooks. So this play is very much in contention. I'm actually going to open up another OddsJam tab here. OddsJam, there we go, not just odds. And we're going to look at the Positive EV tab as well. So I want to take a look, clear my filters, just go to DraftKings Positive EV, see if we get a little bit more results. Jalen Tyson under 6.5 points and rebounds. This is good, not, maybe not great, still a little bit more risky. We can see Austin Reeves under 10.5 rebounds and assists. Bingo, this is a play we're going to take. Minus 142 on DraftKings, minus 167 on a very sharp Novig, minus 180 on a very sharp FanDuel. Very sharp in terms of player props. Again, FanDuel takes more limits on player props than other books, which means they are a sharper sports books in the player prop department. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Playvo. We're going to make our pick here. We're going to go place a pick. We're going to switch this over to NBA, go to the Lakers game. Lakers in 6 is what I'm hoping we're going to see tonight. We're going to go to rebounds and assists, and I believe it was Austin Reeves under 10.5. At under 10.5 minus 142. We'll just confirm this really quick. 10.5 minus 142. Again, Playvo mirrors DraftKings, which is very favorable for us because DraftKings is a very beatable sportsbook. And if you're in California like me and you don't have access to DraftKings, this is your way to beat DraftKings. But you're using somebody else's money. You can even be in a state where you do have DraftKings. And I still recommend getting on Playvo because it's a fun challenge. It's a funded bankroll. You can make money off of it, which is what I'm trying to prove in this video series, getting you guys this content to show you the journey on how you can get funded, how you can make money. So we'll take a look at the dashboard here. We just placed Austin Reeves under 10.5 rebounds and assists. That is my Playvo strategy. Let's quickly make a DFS slip, see what value's out here. What I like to do is clear my filter again. We're going to do, actually, Dabble I'm heavily limited on, so I'm going to unfilter them because I quite literally cannot get a pick down on Dabble, despite the fact I'm not profitable on Dabble. Last month, I went down $157. However, let's see, let's pull it up. We could see, I started up plus 220, went down, down $300, had a very bad downswing. And then I won, I think 3 days in a row, I started to climb out of this hole. I cannot get a single slip down. Doesn't matter if they're sharp picks, if they're correlated, if they're positive EV. I could take the most random plays, and I cannot put 3 cents down on Dabble. It is insanely frustrating. I guess they found out that I was beating closing line a lot, but I'm still not profitable on Dabble. It's insanely frustrating. I'm down $10. I have not broken profit. I was once up 367 and I lost it all. So you would think that they would let me play until I made profit again, but they have not. They saw me go from 160 to minus 10, which was really hitting one, 3-man slip in the payout structure of things, maybe 2 losing a little bit in between. And they have deathly limited me on Dabble. So I'm a bit frustrated with that right now, but it is what it is. Also, we'll add this Austin Reeves slip. to our bet tracker just so that we know we've already used this play. But let's take a look at what we can do. We can take, I'll do Prize Picks, Underdog, DraftKings, Better. Let's show our results here. So let's start with Better. This is the best play on the board. Brandon Hagel under 3.5 shots on goal. Let's take a look. We're going to make this slip live right now with you guys. I want to show you the process of what I do. So we're going to go to NHL. We're going to type in this guy's name, Hagel, and under 3.5 shots on goal. So why do we like this play, right? There's $1,400 worth of liquidity. That's a lot of liquidity on a player prop in the NHL. My camera's also about to die, so let's wrap this up. So we can see this is a profitable play on the Sharp Money tool. We're going to also go to the Fantasy Optimizer. Let's go to Better Picks. We're going to switch minimum data points to 3. I always like to do that. I'm going to do pre-match only. Live, it gets kind of tricky. Let's see. So I will take Contreras in this video. I will also take Pagas. I don't know if I said that right. Those are going to be my 2 other legs I'm going to pair. My camera's going to die, so we're going to wrap this up. But I hope that gives you the strategy on DFS, on Playville. We will have more videos out. Let me know what you guys want to think. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.